Um, V for Vendetta can be classed as a political thriller with elements of sci-fi. It breaks the rules of genre, so it is known as a hybrid. The fact that it's set in the future proves this. The character uses swords to fight instead of like lightsabers or lasers or something, which would be used in a typical sci-fi. And it would focus more on technology. They'd also have aliens or robots or something. The character hides his identity, so this is typical for a thriller film, and it affects the enjoyment of the audience because they can relate to it.
I think V for Vendetta is more of a thriller than a sci-fi because even though it's set in the future, it has more mentions of a thriller, like whenever the characters are outside it's always dark and Evie has fear, however she rebels, and by befriending V and going out past her curfew, and you're not sure what's going to happen in the movie, so it creates suspense. I think it has more conventions of thriller than it does a sci-fi.
V for Vendetta is more thriller as there's more suspense and we ask ourselves questions and query what will happen. And the characters are detectives and V is a vigilant, and you're kind of like thrown into the middle of the characters' lives.
Children of Men definitely does follow the thriller conventions as well. If you notice that when they're
V for Vendetta is set in the city and there is no children. It's set in the near future just to make it more realistic.
With Children of Men, it is also classed as a hybrid because it takes both sci-fi and thriller. It's set in the near future, which is one element of the sci-fi. And when Key is pregnant, she also has the last child on Earth. It's known as, which can add to thriller-based genre because it has tension and you don't know whether the child will survive or not. It doesn't really have typical sci-fi characters either because they're just normal people of the streets. And technology is used a lot because and there's like boards around everywhere and it's promoting suicide pills, and you wouldn't normally find that in a normal area. So that's sci-fi.
I agree with Cara on the fact it's sci-fi and thriller. Due to the sci-fi fact, sci-fi is due to the fact that it has digitalised screens everywhere, and in the car, the windshield's got a dashboard on it. But there are no robots and aliens in it, and like no one has superpowers. It's just normal people. You can tell it's thriller because you don't know Key's pregnant until she tells Thea. But it has more of a sci-fi narrative than a thriller narrative.
Moving on to the justify bit, that's the key bit. Your arguments, reasons for it.
The reason I think this is because there are children in the film as well, so that would make it not a thriller, because thrillers are set in an adult world where there's no kids.